try? Huh?
Yes, sir. Actually, I tried opening the script screen, but it is asking for some how to say, in which app you have to open. Like some screen is coming. It's
Okay.
not going inside. Uh,
Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll complete
yes.
today's class and then at the end we will resolve if we can resolve that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we studied about uh, for loop and while loop. I will share the script of those while loop and for loop, like what will be the format in that video recording folder itself. Okay. Today I will share
Yes, sir.
that.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
No, that script I will share, which will be useful for understanding for and while loop. Okay. So we'll go forward. Today we are going to discuss about how we will be giving input to the Unity editor and also how we can access game objects inside our script. So these things we will see today. So like if any game is there, like if you are playing this desktop game, this will be on whole screen of this Windows. Okay. So if we want to move something like a character, if you want to move by using our keyboard, we want to move our character, or if you can say any character or car if you want to move. So for that, we should give input to our uh, Unity editor. So that can be given through our keyboard, isn't it? So we'll see input system in this particular Unity editor. So if Unity editor is open, you have to go to edit, okay, edit and just a moment. Edit and project setting. You have to go to edit at the top and project setting. Here you can see there is one tab that is input manager. Input manager is there on the left hand side. So here there are some access. If you expand this access, we'll see some different uh, property, or you can say some uh, texts are there. Okay, so these all these text corresponds to particular input in our Unity editor. You can see here horizontal is there. So if you want to move our character to left or right, horizontal means on the x-axis. On the x-axis. Horizontal means on the x-axis. Vertical means on the y-axis. You can see here in Unity editor scene view, there are some certain axes are there: x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So if you want to move our character or any game object on x-axis, then we'll be using horizontal. Okay. So if you expand this horizontal, there are some properties of this horizontal axis is there. So name horizontal is there. So if you want to access this particular horizontal, what do you call access? So you have to use the name horizontal. You see that means we'll be using this horizontal name horizontal inside our script. We'll see that how we'll be using, but this is the name of this particular access. then negative button left, positive button right. So this negative button left means arrow key. If you move this arrow key, left arrow key, then the value will be negative value. Whatever you will get, that will be negative value. If you move right arrow key, then the value will be positive value. Then there is some important properties I am just discussing. Then sensitivity means how sensitive that movement of character should be. Like if left arrow key or right arrow key is pressed, how fast it should move. That will be defined by this sensitivity. And in our keyboard, we can use A and D also. A key and D key also on our keyboard. A means left movement and D means right movement. Okay, left and right. That is horizontal on the x-axis. We are considering the x-axis. You can see here, axis which is affected is x-axis. So type is P or mouse button. And this you can just ignore. Okay. So we will, this is all the inputs, like we'll be using mostly two inputs, that is horizontal and vertical. Some other inputs also we'll be using, but we'll be mostly using horizontal and vertical. Like if we want to move the character or any game object, left side, then or right side, then we'll be using horizontal axis here. And if you are moving the object, game object, vertically on y-axis, then we will be using vertical. So see here, this name we can change as per our requirement, but we will keep it as default, whatever it is there. So we'll see this, how to access game of these keys inside our script. So what we will do, we'll delete this loop example and we'll create empty game object and we'll rename it as input system. Okay, and we will create one script. We'll reset this transform of this input system game object. We will create one script. We will open project window. Then right click here, create C#. Okay. We'll rename it as input system example. Input system example. Let it compile first. Script compilation is going on. At the bottom, you can see.
No, like this, it's not coming for me.
Sorry?
Now it's coming on the right side bottom.
Ah,
Script compiling.
it
It's
is
not coming for
compiling.
me. It is asking for some app to open.
How to open?
App.
App to open. Okay.
Some applications to select.
On your system.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. We'll see that. So here, input system example is there. We will attach this input system example script to this input system game object. So how to attach that? You have to drag this script here. Okay. So it has come here. Now we'll open this by double clicking here. We can double click here and it will open. Okay. So now we want to access, like if or the left arrow key is pressed or right arrow key is pressed, we should get some input. Like in our script, we should get some data depending upon if left arrow is pressed or right arrow is pressed. Okay.
Oh,
So we will have one variable float input value. Okay. And here we'll make input value in start function. Input value is equal to input, just a minute. Okay, it is not configured properly.
so in the next class, I can use mobile.
Mobile for attending class.
Yeah, for attending class, and side by side, I can keep my laptop also. Then I can take
Yeah,
simultaneously.
yeah, you can do that.
So
Just a minute. Actually, if Visual Studio is not opening with this particular, if you double click here in script, and if it is not opening, then you have to make some changes here. You have to go to Unity editor, then edit and preferences. Unity
so
editor, you edit and preferences. Here, external tools will be coming. External tools. Sometimes it happens like if you double click script in Unity editor, it will not open. So for that, you have to click external tools, and here external script editor open by file extension. Here you have to click here Visual
okay.
Studio Community. Okay. Here you have to select this Microsoft Visual Studio. Then double click here. Like some error is there inside this script. That's why it is showing the red color error here. And you have to double click here, and it will take us to the line where we will be having the error. So sometimes we will not be following the rules of that C# script. So at that time, there will be some error. Two minutes, man. Let it finish. Here, what it is doing is loading IntelliSense. IntelliSense means uh, as you type in that script, as you go on typing in that script, it will suggest what functions we can use. Like some library functions are there, so it will suggest which functions we can use in that particular script. And now it has come. See here. Uh, so here we have defined this variable input value. Okay, we have declared this variable input value. Now we are assigning value, input value is equal to input as you write, that will suggest, like here you have to use get the input from user through keyboard. Okay, so input dot get axis, and what is the axis name we have studied? Horizontal. In double inverted comma, horizontal you have to write. Okay. See here, input value is low, like it is the float variable, and we are assigning value here taking from this function. Now this function is nothing but get axis. Function is only get axis, but inside this input is a class. Like this is a class. See here, what is the name of our script? Input system example, isn't it? And inside this input system example.cs, you have created one class. This is the class, and name of the class is input system example. Okay, so in the library of this Unity engine, here you are using Unity engine as the library. Okay, in Unity engine library there are different classes. In Unity engine library there are different classes, and one of the class is input. Name of the class is input. You can see here, this is the input class, and inside this input class we have defined the function get access. You have created function, means Unity engine already created that function and we are using that.
Okay.
So just I'm revising that, like this input system example.cs is our script. Then class, we can have more than one class in this script, but you have declared only one class. This much is the class. This is the length of this class. Opening braces, opening brackets, and closing brackets here. Okay, this complete is one class. You can have another class below this. But here, for simplicity, we are using only one class here. Now here, we are assigning a value getting from this function getAxis. Okay, getAxis is the name of the function and it is defined in the class input. Okay, input is the class name. This is the function name in that class, and this string is your input parameter given to that function. Horizontal text is the input parameter given to that function. Now, what it will return? It will return like if the left arrow key is pressed, then it will return negative value. Here, input value will be negative. And if right arrow is pressed by user, then it will return positive value. So we'll see here. We can do one thing. We can just write here debug. See here, if you write something, it will suggest some functions there. So here it has already suggested this function. We might have some incorrect word in while writing, but it will suggest the right word. So it is coming. We are close to that word. Debug. Debug.log. Here only hello we have written. It has showing log. So press enter only. It will be selected. Debug.log and will be printing input value. Okay. See here. If you write it in start, you will not be able to get the value because start is called only once at the start when we play the game. But this update is called in every frame. Means in 1 second we have 60 frames. So in every frame it is called. Means 60 times in 1 second it is called. So we'll be writing these two lines inside update function. We'll delete this from start and we'll keep it in update. Okay. So we'll see how it works. Update function is called 60 times per second. 60 times per second. Now, when we press any value, press any key, left arrow key or right arrow key, then it will get some value here in input value variable. If you press up arrow or down arrow, it will not get any value. Or any other key if you press, it will not get any value. It will get value only when left arrow key and right arrow key is pressed, or you have seen A or D is pressed. A is for left arrow key, D is for right arrow key. Okay, and it will just print in console window. Debug.log will print the value of input value inside this console window. So we'll see this. This script input system example is attached to game object input system. So here you save this. This is input system game object. Okay.
Okay.
And we have attached the input system example script to this game object. Okay, now we'll run this. We'll press play button. See here, it will print something like you have to, again, we have to, if you are not entering anything, it will show value 0. I have stopped the playing. When you are not entering anything, it will get the value 0. You will get the value 0. If you press left arrow key, it will get value positive, negative. And if you press right arrow key, it will give positive value. So you have to give one condition also here in script, like if input value is not equal to 0, then only it should print. Okay, what we are doing? So what we are doing, if we are not pressing any left arrow key or right arrow key, then it will have input value will be 0. Input value will be 0. If you are not pressing left arrow key or right arrow key, then input value will be 0. So we are considering only when left arrow key.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So if you are not pressing any left arrow key or right arrow key, then it will give value 0. So we'll be considering only when it is pressing left arrow key or right arrow key. So for that you have given condition that if input value is not equal to 0, then it should give value input value. Okay. Did you get me?
Yes.
So we'll play here. So see here, ma'am, I'm playing the game. So if I play now, earlier 0 was coming. Earlier in console window 0 was coming, but it will not show anything now because we have given the condition. Now I'm pressing left arrow key. See here, I have pressed left arrow key. So these negative values has come for input value. You can see here all negative values.
Yes.
Now if I am clearing this console window, we can clear this console window by pressing this clear button. I have cleared this. Now I am pressing the right arrow key. Is not running or what? So I am pressing right arrow key. Oh. I think just a moment. You have to click in this game window. Then only click. See, whenever you click on any other part, it will not show a mouse click or key button click. But if you want to first click on this game view, and then press right button key. So see here, you can see if you keep on pressing, it will show 1. But if I release this right arrow key, it will give up to some value and it will come down to 0. Okay. So this is all about horizontal. Like if you are moving left arrow key or right arrow key, x-axis, then it will show this value. Similarly, you can do for vertical also. So just you have to replace this with vertical. Like this, and it will give vertical value. Like if you press up arrow, then it will give positive value, and if you press down arrow, it will give negative value. Okay, now I want to detect if any key, particular key is pressed or not. If I want to detect whether particular key on keyboard is pressed or not, so for that, what we'll be doing, we'll be getting input value. Now this you will get any key pressed or not depending upon it's true or false. So we will do one thing. We'll do delete it. We will have now see we have declared these variables outside these functions at the top. So you can
Yes.
declare the variable inside these functions also, like update or start. So what we'll do, we'll declare one variable that is Boolean variable, bool key M. Like if I press M, then it should show true. This boolean should show true. So for that, PM is equal to input dot get key. Get key. Get key function is there. For horizontal and vertical movement, get axis function was there. For getting key pressed, the function is get key, and it is in input class itself. Okay. So here get key, what parameters you have to give? Here parameters will be key code dot m, like this. Okay. So it will detect if the user clicks this M key, then it will return this function will return value true. Okay, this will be true. Key M will be true. Now, if user presses any other button, then this will be false. Or if user doesn't press any button, then this will be false. So how to detect that? So that will be detected by if key M, just here you are doing, is equal to true. If this return value here, if it is true, then key is pressed, key M is pressed. You can write that inside this visible.log. Key M is pressed. Okay. Did you get this?
Yes.
So here it will detect and it will print this. You can run this. So I'm playing the game. Now I'm not pressing anything. Okay. Game is playing. I'm pressing some J value. J key. J key is pressed, nothing has printed. U, nothing has printed. Now I'm pressing M. So here M is pressed, PM is pressed. Okay. Now it is in update function. So if I click this particular M key, then it will keep on printing this because it is printing for 1 second. It is printing 60 times. That's why it is printing again and again. Okay, like this we can detect whether left arrow is pressed, right arrow is pressed, or any key is pressed. Now, if we want to detect whether left mouse button is pressed, so for that we have see here again we are using we'll use this here. I'm first writing this code properly, then I will explain. Save mouse button. So we have seen gate axis, then gate key. Now this is gate mouse button down. So our mouse is there. It has 2, 3 buttons. Like left key is left button is there, right button is there, and middle also there. So for left button, we will have here 0. You have to enter parameter as 0. Okay, 0 means if left button is pressed, then this will return value true. Okay, you'll see here. And if you want to detect whether right button is clicked of mouse, then you have to write 1. So now you are detecting only 0. 0 means left button click of mouse. There it is. See here, I'm clicking on this game view. Again, we are clicking once. Again, I'm clicking. Again, I'm clicking. So it is keep on printing that left mouse button is pressed. Similarly, for right button also, you can click. I think this session is ending. I'm ending here and again giving the link. Okay? Okay, madam?
Okay.
You are just rejoining again.